This video is going to be long, and this video I'm going to be harsh because there is many reality checks that we need to do in order to really get value out of it. I'll be jumping from this presentation here on Cortex and on Figma. I want to present a particular module on my course that I think it's very important to address in order to get clients. Because I've been on both ends. I don't have like thousands of of clients, but I'm in a position where I did not have the opportunity to learn from someone in my position in a sense. And I tried for almost 2 years without any clients. Basically, all of my clients were just close friends or friends of a friend, but never really someone that did not know me. And I got a lot of rejections. I've been told to do many things that did not work for me. And so I had to kind of figure out by myself. But I would say I learned a lot from other business owners, other guys that are in the agency space. But also, I will give a huge shout out to 1,000x leads from this guy Matt and Leo. I read their newsletters, and I'm gonna go over this one here. And he actually sent that today, which was great. At the same time, I was about to film the video tomorrow, but want to do it today because it's fresh and I'm ready to rumble. So let's get right into it. If you're watching this video, you obviously want to get clients. And another fair warning is that there is no secret method. I'm sharing what worked for me and what I'm doing right now to get clients. But let's address some problems. And please don't skip this part because it is probably the reason why it did not work for you up until now. This is why you are watching this. Perhaps you're in a different position. I don't want to assume anything, but hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to take action. Here's the deal: the majority of people starting freelancing don't have the capabilities to handle clients. In short, you don't have what it takes just yet. Before you think of getting clients, are you actually ready to get clients? And this is the first reality check because I'm speaking to myself right there. When I got into freelancing, I was not ready to get clients at all. I did not know how to speak to people, to strangers, basically. I did not know how to convince someone to work with me. I did not know anything. I just thought that clients will come to me because I'm quote unquote good, but big slap in the face. It doesn't work like that, my friends. So yeah, let's let's continue. Let's see. Be honest with yourself here. How many can you tick from this list? Let's go together. Now I can tick everything to be honest, but before I would tick only this one, and maybe this one. Even that one was kind of hard until I started watching the videos from the future with Chris Doe about learning with criticism and feedback, and that was basically the path changing for me. Once I started to understand how to handle feedback, I started to learn a lot, but not even from clients because I did not really have any. It was from myself, like learning how to treat feedbacks. Like if something is not working, what is the feedback? How can you iterate to change it? Anyway, I'm not gonna stall here. Pause the video, and actually, you can access this document directly in the description. There will be the first link. You can click it and then you can see it. I don't know if you will be able to tick it. Let me check that out. 1 second. Publish. Let me check that out. Anyway, you can duplicate it, but yeah, you don't have to access to Cortex yet. Yeah, not possible. Anyway, yeah, join the wait list whenever you have Cortex. You can after, I think, duplicate it. Not sure. I think so. Anyway, now I can actually tick everything. I do have technical skills in my field. I do have time management abilities. Otherwise, I cannot even handle this channel and my agency. Communication skills, I'm still learning. Like, I'm not perfect at all, but I learned a lot. And not by reading books, but actually speaking with people. My podcast helped me a lot with that. Problem solving, you practice that by solving problems and by doing, I won't say puzzles, but problem solving situation kind of. I don't know honestly how to do that. I will do some research, but yeah, I mean, if not getting clients is one of your problem, you got to solve it. This is problem solving basically. So you are on the right direction here. Self motivation and discipline. Otherwise, I won't be here again. Adaptability, adaptability, and flexibility. This one I can take as well because I changed direction many, many, many times, and I think it's kind of hard, honestly. So I can actually write a whole article and film a whole video just on that because it's all based on kind of mental frameworks per se. But again, be honest with yourself. If you are not able to do that, it's okay. But change starts with awareness at the end of the day. So from the moment you become aware of your weaknesses, you can start working on them, and that is one step closer to be able to get more clients. Because again, if you're in a position where you don't even have the right attributes to handle clients, then please don't go there yet. But you have to be ready. I always advocate for starting without being ready, but you still gotta be ready at the end of the day. Basic business acumen, yes. Attention to detail, yes. Ability to meet deadlines. Sometimes I do miss deadlines, but for a better purpose per se, honestly. I missed a lot of deadlines with my channel, but again, my agency was always the top priority, so everything was coming before the channel in a sense, and that's why I was missing some deadlines, but for a good cause. Professionalism and reliability. Yes, I gotta work on my pronunciations. A lot of people are not professional. You'll be surprised. And what I mean by professional is, unfortunately, even if you feel like doing it or not, you have to do it. This is what it means, in my opinion, to be professional when it comes to work. But it doesn't end up there. There's also the way you speak, the way you communicate, the way you work with your clients, the way you handle your clients. There's a lot that comes into it. And a lot of people lack that. And it's just crazy to me. Like, I have so many stories with that, but I'll keep it short. Customer service orientation, again, are your customers just another number? You just want to get customers for the sake of having customers? I mean, having clients. I mean, you gotta care. That's it. Otherwise, your business won't last long. I can assure you that. Networking skills. I never ever wanted to network before. I just don't wanted, didn't want to speak with human beings. I was addicted to video games, and it was that crazy, honestly. So yeah, I wasn't even talking to anyone. in real life, except my family, and even that it was kind of close to. But yeah, it was very, very hard to get back to real life. I was socially awkward, per se. And my first few businesses, it was me and only me, and people buying things and don't know who I am. So I never really had to network, per se. And again, I had to work on that. And it is paying off, like I met a lot of people on Twitter, on YouTube, and I just, you know, one piece of advice for networking is just to start give genuine compliments every single day. And what I mean genuine is like you have to really think it. Don't give fake compliments. And that's all what it matters. That's how I networked with a quote unquote big YouTuber in a sense. I am still to this point really, really fan of his work. And I was just like commenting every single video. I really love your videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And on a day we decided to connect because I don't know. I don't even know how that happened, but yeah, great guy. And I do not, hide behind fake things. Like if I don't like someone, I'm not gonna fake it just for the sake of having something in return. I prefer to spend my energy on people that I would want to work with, in a sense. The next one, I already spoke about it. Financial management skills. I would say yes. I don't have a team. I don't spend money that much. That much is a big word. Gas and eat sometimes. That's it. Stress management capabilities. I would say yes. And basketball really, really helped me with that particular skill because when I started playing basketball, I really, really sucked at it. And stress, imposter syndrome, if you can call it like that, really not believing in myself, lack of confidence as a word for it, all of that brought stress to me, which translates into playing bad. And so the root problem is the lack of skill. So I had to work on my skills, basketball skills, shooting, handling, blah, blah, blah. That leads to building confidence. And then when you have confidence, whenever stress is going to hit you, now you can counter it because you know you have the skill. You know you can perform. So it's not about the stress anymore, it's about the management of that particular feeling. You just learn to deal with it better. That's it. You cannot get rid of stress in a sense. I'm kind of always stressed per se when I work, but it's in a good manner. Like I prefer to work on tight deadlines and under pressure in a sense. So it's a good stress. But yeah, it didn't started like that. And I would say again, basketball really, really helped me. So that brings me to this statement. You need to put some respect on those who can actually get clients on their own. It's not an easy task, as you can see, guys. It's not just gonna take my phone, send some DMs, get a client. Imagine, booking sales call doesn't equal getting client. And we're gonna speak about that later on because yeah, you're gonna have sales call, and then what? If you cannot close those sales call, what is the goal of having those sales call, right? And this particular email is going to be interesting for that, so stay tuned. Let's keep going. It's hard work, I'm telling you. You have to work hard in order to embody, I would say, the persona of a real freelancer who can literally sleep on his 2 ears. You cannot even sleep on your 2 ears, on your ear, with serenity, not worrying about how you're going to get your next client. It takes time, takes a lot of work. And you have to work on yourself before you work on your business. You simply cannot operate a business if you're broken, at least in the beginning, because, yeah, there are a lot of people that have successful businesses and they kind of broken. They like to party all every day, every week, and they're empty. But I do not think they were doing that in the beginning of building their business. That's the difference. And that's why their business doesn't really survive the test of time. You have to stay on the edge. Like you have to keep going. You cannot just think that it's going to roll on its own unless you have a terrific team, and that's pretty much it. But now we're talking about becoming a freelancer, so let's continue. You think you can't get client because you don't have the script. I heard that all the time. Like every time people were sending me DMs on IG or sending me email, can I get your script? I know you heard that already, but honestly, it's true. I get that a lot. How can I get client? What is your script? It's not about the script. You can't have the script. Again, you have the script. You send the script. What's up? What's up after that? What's gonna do? What are you going to do to close the client? It's not gonna do something for you. No script is going to save you. Learning the psychology of your prospect will help you. I emphasize on help you, not save you. Enhance your chances at signing him as a client, going from prospect to client. Understanding his psychology or her psychology. You have to develop empathy toward your prospects and stop treating them as a cash grab, just like as another number that you have to meet. Otherwise, you cannot Pete, you cannot pay your team. And some agencies are like that. They get to a point where they need 10 clients next month, or they cannot even pay their team. So it becomes like a crazy, crazy atmosphere that you cannot even think clearly and take decisions clearly. So you don't have to get to that point where you always need new clients, always need new clients. So, no, take it easy. And again, understand the psychology of your prospect, otherwise, wasting your time. I'm telling you right now. So, now let's talk about getting clients. I think we're 17 minutes into the video now because this is another part I had to stop anyway. How many did you tick? How many areas here or particular skill, meta skill, I don't know how to call it, but how many did you tick? Don't lie to yourself. Okay, it's not going to help you if you are not ready to handle the pressure of working hard to get clients. Sign up on a freelancing platform, Upwork, freelancer, Contra, Fiverr, I don't know what else, but yeah, at least there you'll have prospect. But again, it's not easy. You actually have to be good, and you have to start at zero. And personally, I think it's harder to get a client there. I personally never had success with it, but just telling you, because you have to kind of compete on price in a sense. It's hard to establish authority unless you play a different game. And what I mean by that is you use it you just subscribe there, but you don't really rely on it. And so when people are looking for you, they can find your profile there as well. But yeah, I don't really use it at the end of the day. This is what worked for me. So first and foremost, it's cold outreach, cold email specifically. I got all of my first clients like that. When I say first clients, so those are the ones that are not referrals. That's what I mean by that. I got five, six clients like that. I also got with a YouTube video a channel that has zero subscribers, literally only creating videos that got like 20, 50 views, but it was hyper specific on Facebook ads. And that's how I got that client. It's not a web design client per se, but still could be. I'm not really interested anyway in doing her website just because she already had the design and she wanted WordPress, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, articles on my blog. So that got me two prospects until now. Referrals and partnership. Referrals, many clients, a lot that I turned down, by the way, because not a great fit. And partnerships that I'm going to touch up on here. Where? Let me sec. Yeah, just to show you what I mean by that, okay? So let's continue. I'm going to present you. So this is the funnel from 1,000x leads, just so you have an idea what it looks like to have a real business. This is not something that I'm gonna get to. I don't want to get to 100K per month, but I will set up this funnel for my education business. But there's no outreach for this kind of. Yeah. Anyway, outreach is the first thing you need to do when you are starting out. Like there's literally no way you can get out of it if you want client right now. Like you need to do outreach. And an important point, real quick, that I forgot to mention while yapping right now, this funnel is basically for people above $10,000 per month. So they are stuck between 10 to 20K. So I don't think that's you. If that's you, then go check them out. I'm not the one that could teach you anything about that. I'm not qualified. Under 10K, I'm qualified. I'm near 10K. So yeah, I'm in the best position actually to teach about that. You have to focus on what you can control, which is outreach. And you have cold email, cold DMs, and prospecting. We're gonna see what that means. But before that, um, outreach doesn't matter what it is. You have to outreach, whether it's applying for gigs on freelancing platform or just reaching out to prospects right away. Now, to talk more specifically about outreach, we have to understand the different types of prospects. And this is very interesting because I think a lot of people just don't know that there are those four types of prospects, and hopefully it opens your mind to the different possibilities. So, the first one, that prospect needs a website but don't care and don't know they need one. They are hard to convince upfront. You need content to indoctrinate them mainly via social media. So, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever that might be. And the other ones that will tell you to fuck off and are that they are not interested. So, it's possible to cold outreach them, but they won't convert because they will tell you to fuck off. They are not at the stage of awareness that they need a website. That's why they need to consume content before. Or, you know, talking to someone, one of their friends, and they tell them, yeah, your website sucks, you need a website. And they're like, oh, I told this guy to fuck off. Let me reach back to him. Something like that could happen, you know? But that's where content comes into play, okay? It's to get this type of people to change their mind, but they only can do it themselves. You cannot really change their mind on a call. It's not possible. The second type of prospect, they need a website and they know they need one, but they aren't looking to get one right away. So they could stumble on you on social media, take a mental note, and reach out to you when they're ready. However, you need to stop. You need to stay top of mind. It is possible to cold outreach them, and it is possible to close them. But you have to actually be lucky in a sense, because you you are reaching out to someone who need a website. They know they need a website, but aren't necessarily looking to get one right away. And the type of response you're going to get with that is, yes, I'm interested, but not right now. I got a lot of responses like that. Why? Because perhaps they don't have the budget. They have problems, personal problems, business problems, whatever that might be. They're just not ready yet. Third type of prospects, they have a business, they need a website, and they are looking where to get it. So they're searching on social media, Google, YouTube, and asking for referrals. Possible to cold outreach them, and this is the type of client that are gonna basically converge the best, because you're kind of lucky in getting in touch with them at the right moment or the right place, the right day, the right week, whatever that might be. It's just everything aligns together, and they're going to respond to you that they are interested. Happened to me with my first cold email client, and we are working together till this date. It's been 2 years and a half now. The last type of prospect, they don't have a business, but know they need a website and are looking where to get it. So again, they're searching on social media, Google, YouTube, and asking for referrals. It is not possible to cold outreach them because their business doesn't exist yet, right? For example, this is one of my prospect, not client yet, that I pitched them $8,000 website. They found me on Google. They read my blog, and then they did what's called computer research, and then they found the website of a client that I did, because I did not put that client on my portfolio. And ironically, when they found her, they saw in the footer that I was the one that made that website too. That's how I knew she found me via different ways. Anyway, not possible to call or reach them. You have to be present somewhere, and you have to be present where they are hanging out. Otherwise, you can forget about it. So, in short, if you are only trying to get one type of client, one type of prospect, you lose. It's that simple. You must be in a position where you can get all of them types, one, two, three, four. Because this one with content, you're gonna get them as a client maybe 4 months after they see you, and they keep seeing you for months. Let's say you start creating content in December, and then by March 2025, they're gonna become a client. Hey, I've been watching your content, blah 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 blah. I need a website now. Okay, let's go. And with inbound, is way easier to close. It's a different game. Like, it's not the same as outbound. Closing on a cold outreach call is way harder than closing an inbound call. Just saying. So here's what you can do every single day to have a better chance at signing clients. And we saw the different type of prospects, right? So be aware of that, and where you can find them, or where they can find you. So organic, you can publish articles, content on your blog, publish videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, create content on LinkedIn. And I omitted Twitter, but Twitter is very, very good as well. Let me uh, put that here. Oh my goodness. Okay. It is impossible to get inbound leads if you don't have any sort of authority, proof of expertise. Kind of impossible. We all know that. If you don't know that, bringing this information to you, nobody's going to reach out to you if you look like a beginner in a sense. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, but you actually have to make it an evidence that you are a beginner, and there you are looking for beta clients, free clients to build your portfolio, whatever that might be. And they're going to can find clients that just don't care. They are looking for beginners because it's kind of win-win. When someone doesn't really have the budget to pay a real designer and you are a beginner, then it's a win-win for you. You give him a website and he doesn't pay, and you get a portfolio piece for yourself, and then yeah, everyone goes on his own. Win-win. Then outreach, cold email, cold DM, prospecting. So that includes networking, telling people about your business, manual outreach, but do not pitch. So this is delayed pitching. It's not like, hey, how are you? Blah blah blah. And then here's what I do. No, it's basically following someone, liking their posts, liking their videos, watching their stories, liking their stories, and waiting 1, 2, 3 months. Now I see they start, watching my stories too, and then I reach out to them. Hey, thank you for watching my stories. I did not know you were following me. Is that why? Why do you start following me? Blah blah blah. Like no pitching, and you'll be surprised. They will be the one asking for your services because they are just so used to people following them and pitching them things. So when you follow them and you do not pitch them, they found that surprising, and they're gonna say, "Oh, who is this guy who I know he makes website, but he did not reach out to me? He's playing that game." But yeah, anyway, yeah, it works. It works, and it's not like kind of manipulation. But I do that with med spas that I really, really love their clinic, their aesthetics. So basically, I want to work with them, and I do not pitch them right away because I know I can get them as a client in the future without forcing. Third one is partnerships. This one is so overlooked. I mean, neglected as a whole. And my business is about to change to the fullest. It's crazy how that's going to change everything. So let me tell you what I do. Instead of just cold DMing, cold emailing prospects for your business, you should start cold DMing and emailing partners. So partnership partners that, I mean, how does that, is that even a word? Anyway, people who can bring you your customers. That could be, let's say you are a web design agency, so you're going to work with marketing agencies that only do Facebook ads, for example. Just an example here. um, and then you refer them clients, like your website clients that want to do ads, and they refer you their ad client that want to do website, vice versa. I don't do that. What I do is, I would say, more creative in a sense, because I just don't like to work with other agencies, but I still recommend it. Anyway, I reached out to some marketing CMOs working for MedSpa's machines supplier. In that case, Laser Machine. And that person, she has access to more than 100 MedSpas per month. She's going to become one of my top affiliate for my services and for my future courses. I will give her 35% for every course sale and 15% for every service referral. So let's say she refers me a 10K project, I give her $1,500. Fair deal. If I sell, let's say, a course at $1,000, I give her $350 just for referring. Nothing fancy. Here you can read my email. Hi, Tatiana. I hope you're doing well. Uh, I changed that, by the way. I hope you're doing well. I do not do that anymore. Just feels kind of. I still was hoping that she was doing well because I did not get a response. Yeah, that's why I said that anyway. Because I don't say that typically. But yeah, because she did not answer the first email, I did a follow up and I said that anyway. Instead of saying, I hope you're doing well, I asked the question, are you doing well? Interrogation point, and then I move on. So she can answer that, yes, I'm doing well, thank you, whatever. Because when you ask that, rarely that people will say, "Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you," and you know, they know it's just like formal professionalism, but yeah, I eradicated this bullshit. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I sent you an email last month, but you were on vacation. We met for DMB's briefing on optimization regarding PicoSure. PicoSure is the machine for tattoo removal. DMB's new website is ready and still on an ongoing optimization to test different metrics. I also made their rebranding, which is performing pretty well. With your current position, you're a powerhouse referral partner. I would love to collaborate with you, and I'm willing to give you an adequate percentage worth your time and trust. Let me know. Oh my god. Let me know if you want to discuss further. Best regards. And she responded to me, so I blurred her personal email and her full name for, there are some crazy people that will actually go send her an email. Anyway, hi Emed, my apologies for the delay in getting back to you. There has been many changes, blah blah blah. I'd love to discuss furthermore this potential collaboration. However, please connect with me via my personal email. She gave me her personal email. Thank you for your interest. Looking forward to hearing from you. So I'm gonna send her an email Monday because she answered me this morning, I think. And yeah, I mean, amazing. I'm gonna have a call with her. I'm gonna explain to her everything how that works and so on because I'm gonna sign a contract for that. So this is a great example for you. Let me give you another example. Let's say you pick the niche of HVACs. I would go to HVAC manufacturers and then I will tell them whenever someone go comes to buy a machine, tell them you need their website. Here's the guy who does those website and they can get what? Give them 30% when you have zero client and then you can get down up to 10, 15, 12, whatever that might be. I was giving 25% at the beginning. Now I give 15. Like otherwise I don't care, if I don't have a new client every month. But 15 is a fair deal, to be fair. So yeah, now you got leads. Now what? I'm gonna repeat this again. If you don't understand the psychology of your prospect, you have close to zero chance of signing clients. It's that simple. It's different from having clients looking for web design in places such as Fiverr, Upwork, or Contra. They are in different state of mind. But you gotta understand that many business owners per se, are not aware of these platforms. They're just know referrals. They just know how to ask people. They don't know where to look for, and especially here in Quebec, it's mostly on groups, so Facebook groups. That's why I joined them, but they kind of cheap those people, so I moved away from it. Never really had a serious prospect from there. Real prospects that pay a lot of money, they are on Google, YouTube. I would say Instagram and so on, but it's kind of so. But that's for me. I don't know. I know for other people, like there are a lot of high ticket coaches on Instagram. It's for a reason. You gotta be wherever your prospect is hanging. That's it. So for now, I have Instagram, YouTube, and Google. When I say Google is articles. You have to start before being ready. I already told you that in the beginning of the video, but you still gotta be ready. I mean, you have to learn things. You have to always be on a continuous learning curve. And you will make mistakes at the end of the day. You will suck at some sales call. But I have a trick for you. So stick with me. I'm not gonna read that. Uh, you know, just pause the video or check the document. But when it comes to sales calls, I already knew that from the beginning because of Chris Doe again, and the thing that was always on my mind is to not sound desperate, and that is the one of the biggest deal for a lot of people. They try to convince the prospect they are the one, whatever. Personally, like I told you in other videos, if you're the first time watching this, I think that my website is worth $15,000 and that I'm making them a service. This is my mindset when I'm coming to the call. It's 5K, but it's worth 10. I'm making it for 5 just because I want to make it 5 to make it affordable, but it's worth way more than that. And I also frame it in a way that I'm alone. That's why it's 5K. If I hire someone, it's going to be 10 because I have to pay the talent, and that's why it's that price. So take advantage of that. I do not undersell myself, and I do not put myself in a position where, oh, okay, he's cheap. No, I put myself in a position where they understand they are getting a bargain, they are getting a deal, and they're not going to get it maybe next year. So yeah, just understand how to frame it in a way that it puts you in a advantageous position. But I highly advise you to read all of that. So yeah, pause the video, read it, do whatever you want, but just to avoid like reading everything. Anyway, here I put in short, if you don't have the balls to ask for $5,000, you won't get the $5,000. If you sound or convey a disparate energy, you won't get the $5,000. One prospect already asked me, "Oh, if you had to convince me of working with you, what would you say?" And I answered right away, nothing. Like, I'm not going to convince you. I cannot take that decision for you. And it was actually mind boggling to me that she asked me that. I did not end up working with that person and on my end, by the way, because it was just odd. Anyway, that client was kind of odd. So it was just funny that it is associated with that particular sentence, trying to convince her, but I never tried to convince a prospect, by the way. It's just basically it's like a therapy session. The therapist never tries to convince you of something. He just makes you realize what you want to hear in a sense. So when you're on a sales call, you got to understand that basically your role is to help the person and make them realize that you are the right person to help them. You're not trying to sell, you're trying to help. And that's how I approach every sales call. Honestly, I don't care if I get them as a client. That's literally my mentality. And, if I get them as a client, good. If I don't get them as a client, I kind of feel bad because I know they're going to regret it in a sense. That could be like an ego thing, but it just sucks because I know I do great work. And I say, like, honestly, you're gonna come back to me 6 months from now and you'll lose money because you chose another agency. That agency is not gonna do great work. If they do, hallelujah. But a lot of agencies do not do great work, unfortunately. And anyway, I hope the best for you. And that's how I finish the call. End up working with those clients because just the energy. One important factor, by the way, all of my clients are women's. And do you know how many agencies they spoke with before working with me? At least 4 or 5. All of them. They kind of shop around in a sense. I never really had a social media presence, so it was all with cold emails in the beginning. When it's referrals, it's just way easier to close. And so, why do they choose me over another one? Energy, vibe, process. Like I explain my thought process, I explain everything, how it's going to work, what's the timeline, how to give me feedback, what to do, what to not do, and also my values. When I say values, it means that, I'm not going to dress with a suit just for the sake of having the call. Like I'm literally in a black tee and I don't care. That's it. That's what I mean by values. I kind of not really explain it very well, but in short, that's that's what I mean. And over delivering, and when main thing in terms of value will be obviously satisfaction. So client satisfaction, you get a full refund if you're not satisfied. And I'm very picky. I know for a fact that some prospects that are just fishing, and when the vibe doesn't check and doesn't match, I say I'm not the right fit, and that's it. I don't want them as a client. There are other clients. I'm really, 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 really picky with the clients that I'm working with as of now, because I'm just building an amazing portfolio for my course. So I don't really care about having thousands of clients. Women do not like to get pressured. And again, it comes down to understanding the psychology of your prospects. You know, those tactics, you have to pay now and save $1,000. If you pay on the call, I give you blah, blah, blah for free, and every other deceptive marketing tactic under the sun. I hate it, and I was always against it. I was taught that, by the way, take the payment on the call. You have to take the payment on the call. Complete garbage. Might work for others, but did not work for me. And I never did that, by the way, just because it did not feel right for me. And I was just asking myself, yeah, someone actually did that to me, and I felt disgust after. Like I felt stupid after paying on the call. And until now, I'm trying to get back my money, by the way, and I'm gonna get it back. Is It was like 2.5 for a garbage coaching program, complete garbage. Anyway, that's why I hate that bullshit. By the way, it worked, but never gonna work on me again. Especially if it's for a 20K deal. Yeah, there are 20K deal, by the way, that are done via phone, telling you that exists. I never done that, but I know for a fact it exists. But they don't use that 5K discount bullshit. I never heard of it. So this BS won't ever work on me anyway. Again, worked for 2.5, but not for, not for more than that, and won't ever again. Anyway, I had to learn how to speak to women, and most importantly, business women. They want to be respected, heard, and treated equally. Other agencies were saying, we have to do it this way, we can't do it this way. They were mixing problem solving with being authoritative, and they made the best decisions of their lives by not working with them and choosing me. I'm speaking about my clients. And they all told me that at the end of the day, they were choosing between different agencies, and always it stood out: the energy, the vibe, the process, the values. Other agencies, I'm telling you, they will try to sell the shit out of their services. Oh, we do this. Oh, we do this. Oh, we do that. Oh, we're gonna do this for you. Oh, we're gonna do that for that. Oh, blah blah blah. Oh my goodness. Nothing on listening the prospect. Nothing. So if you do not listen to your prospect and ask the right questions, someone like me is gonna get your client. This is what is happening. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna help you. And my clients still respect my expertise, but I always ask for their opinion. And when I say opinion, is again strategic questions. I don't really ask, oh, what do you think about this? I say, is that okay with you and your values? For example, if I advise them on a marketing strategy, but I'm gonna, tell them this bullshit here, you have to take the payment on the call. And then they're gonna tell me, I don't really like it. And then I'm gonna say, oh, but if you don't do it, you're not gonna make money. There are people doing this like this. Can you imagine? Like forcing a particular strategy on someone, and putting it as if it's the only solution, which is complete garbage, complete bullshit. And so when I ask, do you think it's a good idea for your business in terms of your values, there are people that are going to say no. And I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to come back to you with another alternative that is going to be better suited. So I ask for strategic questions to get responses that would help me in me finding a solution for them. And I'm not only speaking about web design here, but still applies to it, because you have to ask the right questions in order to sell your web design services. It's not just a service, it's a commoditized service. Web design, everyone under the sun is offering web design. So what's going to make you kind of different, honestly? You got to understand that. And we're going to jump on the Figma file in a bit, but bear with me here. So there are a few key areas to understand. Few. I'm going to say two here, real quick. Is to establish credibility and authority from day one. There are close terms, but they are different. Here is this is a ChatGPT response because I do not want to, spend 40 minutes explaining, writing what is the difference between credibility and authority. And my computer is lagging. Oh my goodness, what is going on, man? Okay, so it's lagging anyway. Okay, so yeah, I guess you are also thinking what is the difference. So yeah, let me tell you. Credibility refers to how believable or trustworthy someone or something is the perception that a person or source is reliable, honest, and knowledgeable about a given subject. For example, you are watching my videos and you made the perception of me being credible or not. How do you do that? Uh, is this guy seem trustworthy and honest and knowledgeable? This is exactly it. Do I know what I'm talking about? Am I honest when I tell you things? Am I trying to sell you something by any means possible? And so this is credibility. Authority is me when I show you basically my clients, like proof, position, qualification. That could be someone who says, let's say, I'm a I'm a doctor with whatever specialization that is filming a video on foot injuries, and before starting his video, is gonna establish his authority by saying, I'm a doctor with 12 years of experience analyzing foot injuries. So now you're going to listen to him because you know he has his credentials, right? When it comes to your clients, if you are showcasing case studies that establishes authority. On the other hand, if you don't have case studies, what are you going to do? And this is where this comes here. You build authority with a blog, content, lead magnets, then add case studies. You have to start somewhere. Having zero case studies is not an excuse. And this one is kind of interesting, but I'm going to come back to it after I come back from the Figma file. So let me go to Figma and show you how you can establish credibility from day one, because you have to seem trustworthy. If you look like a scam, it's kind of hard to trust you with with $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, up to $10,000. Are you actually aware of that? Like, for a stranger to give you a lot of money, they have to trust you. And if you don't have credibility nor authority, oh my goodness, you are on a long journey, my friend. So yeah, let me show you real quick how we can build credibility online real quick. Okay. So this is a module of my course. You know, just showing him here because I did not want to download that and then put it on the dock, whatever. Anyway, so for me, credibility goes hand on hand with professionalism. Even though I suggest to not focus on your website before getting a client, having one could improve your chance of landing a client. However, I do not suggest wasting much of your time trying doing so. That's why it's a good idea to start from a template. Here are some practical Here are some practical steps to establish and maintain your credibility fast as a freelancer or solo agency. You must start by creating a professional online presence. Set up your social medias with a professional headshot and clear bio. This seems like, oh, duh, but a lot of people are not doing this. It's just insane. Then create a professional looking website from a template. There are many and free templates on Framer. Like, there are a lot. Otherwise, check this guy. I think it's called Hamza Ihsan. He has amazing templates. Amazing. Buy a professional email. Often overlooked but plays a huge role. And personally, I had a professional email since the beginning. It was connect at byemedjabi.com. So before I started thinking of a name, I already started doing cold outreach and operating as a freelancer. I did not have an agency, but after having my first clients, it was time to take things seriously. I thought I wanted to build a full stack marketing agency, but I realized I was spreading myself too thin instead of focusing on my strength, web design and SEO. Anytime I get on a sales call, I get this line: I checked your website and it looks very professional. And I'm not saying this to brag, honestly. And, many viewers will go see my website and they're going to say it sucks, but doesn't matter. My target audience thinks think it's amazing and it looks professional. So I couldn't care less. My tagline, aesthetically pleasing and dangerously efficient, was born because I was prioritizing high converting instead of pretty websites. High converting sounded too long, and with the help of ChatGPT, I come up with the last version. So anyway, when I keep that short, I don't want to stall this, but that's how I come up with the name Pulse Revive. Basically, bring back to life their marketing in a sense. Even though now I offer newsletter writing and paid ad management, the storefront is only web design. I do not market online that I do paid ads, newsletter writing, blah, 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 as of now. Only web design. And then on the back end, I sell the other services. So front end offer is web design only. And so you can see my presence online. It's kind of cohesive. So everywhere I am, it looks the same and professional. I have a website with lead magnets. Now it's all in French, but again, start with a template and buy a professional email, please, for the love of God. All right, so let me just go ahead and come here. Personal name or agency name. In my opinion, both work. It depends on your goals. At first, I was operating under ID Design Studio, which stands for Imed Jabi Design Studio. And also, studios sound less expensive, which is good if you're not looking to charge 10K plus for a website. I would say that most businesses are extremely skeptic when it comes to agencies nowadays because of a surge of SMMA and all of those 18 years old promising skies and heavens. One of the main reasons I still use the word agency is because of SEO. That's it. I don't need to really read all of that, but again, you have to give a good first impression, and you do that with I don't know, your the name of your agency, but I don't think that plays you really a huge role, to be fair. It's mostly about like the website and the copy. That's what makes the difference in my opinion. Now, Google your name plus company. If you're just getting started, become very mindful of what you put on the internet. Your business has to come up on the first spot. It is mandatory that if I Google your name with your business name, your website comes up first. Like, you have to make it happen. Why? Because I manufacture this behavior by intentionally only mentioning my first name at the end of emails. And you saw my full name, but that is my main email that I use with my clients. When I did cold emails before, I was only saying Imed or Imed D, Imed. I wasn't saying Imed Jabi, only best Imed or best Imed D. So now they can Google me, Imed Pulse Revive, and they found me here. And so doing this forces the business owner to use your name plus your company name to find you. And I know for a fact that they do that because of my search console results. I see this keyword, and so I know they are looking for me on Google. And you can see here MedSpa's web design boutique agency Montreal, emed web design and branding MedSpa. So keywords for the main niche that I operates in. So subconsciously, I'm training my prospect's mind into thinking I'm an expert, even if I hate this term. I do not proclaim that I'm an expert, by the way. When I'm in a call with them, blah blah blah, I just say I did this, this and that. I do this, this and that. Also trying this and that. So like I don't even use that word anywhere on my copy. Those strategies are not measurable, but I asked my client what they did before hiring me, and it was a common thing for them to Google my name or my company name to see if I really exist. And yes, they do that to see if you're a scam or not. Because again, there's a lot of scam. And so this one is, it's kind of, I don't think it's necessary to cover that, honestly, because it's just like, oh, do you need a website, personal website or not? I don't even have a personal website right now, but I just, build that real quick because I was getting referrals from other people, but they weren't med spas. And I did like two or three projects because I needed money, but now I don't even take them because I'm good. I don't need money anymore. But again, it follows the same principles on professional online presence. My website is cohesive with my brand identity across every platform. I changed that now, but same headshot everywhere, even on my main YouTube channel. So you gotta be present online. If they Google you, they must find you, and if they find you, you must give a good impression. That's what I'm saying to you. Also, last point is to stay minimal. Like if you are not really like a professional in terms of brand identity, whatever, or branding as a whole, just stay minimal. Like don't overcomplicate things. If you're a beginner, just pick three colors, background color, text color, CTA color. That's it. Typeface logo only. Do not overcomplicate that as well. Helvetica is good. Pulse Revive. You see this is like main logo. Pulse in bold, Revive in italic, and here you go. You got a logo. Woohoo! Well, I swear to God, a lot of people overcomplicate this way too often, and it was actually culprit of that. Sorry about that. I lost my words here. Anyway, credibility checklist. Include what you do in your name as much as possible. Web design for target audience. Determine if you want to proceed with your personal name or an agency name, by your domain name or Namecheap or GoDaddy. Optimize your social media profiles. Buy a professional email. So that's basically it in terms of credibility. And again, it's different from authority because I did not cover here case studies, lead magnets, and all of that fun stuff. Could not cover that here on the same video because it's a lot. But let's get back into the presentation here. To practice sales skill with role play. I never thought of that before, but I did that last week and it was funny. It was funny. I was training for this prospect because I wanted to pitch more, but I say, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it to $8,000, and I still upsell her for a brand identity. So basically, like a full branding for $4,000. Did not get a response yet, but yes, that's what I did. Anyway, so you're gonna download ChatGPT on your phone, and you're gonna use the voice feature, and you're gonna say to it, act as a client in your niche. So let's say act as a client in MedSpa and role play a sales call with me. I want you to be as hard as possible with as many objections as possible. Only proceed to close the deal if my answers are good enough. By the end of the chat, you can finish you can finish it if you feel I made you uncomfortable, or if you would like to sign the deal with me. Then next is the context. I sent you a cold email to build you a website and show you a demo that I made for you for free. You agreed to jump on a call with me so I can present it to you and decide whether you want to continue or not. And then it's going to respond, okay, sure, let's start. And then you're going to start, hey, how are you today? Name. And, you can actually give it a name, and then you're going to start role play with it. So now, even if you don't have a friend or friends or whatever, you don't have any excuse anymore. Like, seriously, you can literally practice with someone. You cannot find a friend as good as ChatGPT that actually he or it's going to crush you. You can literally cry. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, one thing is sure for me: you're gonna get better. Obviously, this is not perfect by any means, but it's better than having zero training. It prepares you for objections handling. It doesn't matter if you sweat, get anxious, or whatever it might be. What matters is that your brain and body gets used to it. So now, the plan of action. Determine if you are ready to get clients or not. Again, come back to the beginning and tell me how many you're actually ticked here. It's a great self-awareness checklist. Then sorry. If no, start working on your communication skills ASAP. Like connect with strangers online, talk to strangers outside, in the gym, in the sauna, everywhere. I started doing that when wanted to get better at talking with people. Because again, I'm telling you, I was really socially awkward. I only had friends that I got from high school. I did not really go to college, and that's pretty much it. Did not have any new friends until I started creating content online and wanted to get clients. Anyway, if yes, good, start doing outreach ASAP. Don't tell me it doesn't work until you sent at least 1,000 emails. Before I saw any shred of success, I have sent more than 4,000 emails. And I want to add that I spent more than $4,000 as well, in softwares, courses, bullshit. And I sent those 4,000 emails to ecom brands without any positive reply. So I'm saving you shit tons of failure right now. And one important point, for those cold emails, provide value up front. And I have a great example for you. Here's an unconventional cold email that got me responses. So this is a screenshot from the lessons that I just showed you, but it's different modules. Anyway, email number one. I'm going to read it for you so you can understand that when you read a cold email, it should sound as if you could say that in real life. Shocker news: the global medical spa market is expected to reach 49.4 billion USD by 2030, and advertising costs won't get cheaper. And this one is a GIF saying like, "Yeesh, damn, girl," something like that. The real question is, are you ready to adapt and evolve to seize the opportunities that this predicted expansion offers? I'm Emed, the founder. I'm actually, after reading that, I could make that better now. I'm Ime, the founder of Post Revive Boutique Branding, blah, 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 based in Montreal, blah, 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 blah. By the way, I hope you're ready to for the coldest month of the year. You talk with a fellow Canadian who understands your pain. That was in February, I think. To celebrate the launch of my agency, I'm handpicking 5 medical spas for a complimentary website audit and homepage redesign. The best part, no need to jump on a call just yet unless you want to. Simply reply with a yes, and I'll send the details your way. And this is not where it ends because there are follow ups. Email number two. Last year, I reached out to Derma Meaty Beauty. That's my first cold email client, and offer them a free homepage makeover, similar to what I'm doing with you for you now. Luckily, they said yes and became my first client from a simple email. Since then, I kept the same approach. Fast forward to today, and they keep telling me it was the best choice they made for the business. I turned their website into a tool that works around the clock, bringing in new customers automatically. You can read the entire case study by clicking here. So that brings to my website for the case study. Email number three. Ema Beauty had 30,000 followers on Instagram, but I only had a few hundreds. I still reached out because I knew I could help her. Can you guess what happened next? You guessed it right. I offered a free redesign just like I'm doing with you right now. She is now ranking first place for multiple keywords. I would say number one for multiple keywords, one of them being cryopolysis Montreal, a highly competitive keyword in a highly competitive city. In her own words, having this website for the price I paid was a steal. I can confirm it was a steal indeed, with an emoji. Very important, the emoji here. So tell me, do you want to have a website that ranks on Google's first page and get you new patient automatically? So you can see this person answered yes to my second follow up. And yeah, I mean, you won't learn anything here because that's on my course. And yeah, afford to be funny if you are, obviously. And if you are not, I would assume you could become funny if you aren't. I still believe like a lot of people could become funny, and some people think they are funny, but they are not. Anyway, ask ChatGPT if you are funny, by the way. It works well, I'm telling you, if you think you are not. All right. So, yeah, this message as well, follow up number five, by the way. So, this is three, but I stopped there. But anyway, this for fifth, meaning is after the fifth email that responded. I don't even know why I said that here. But anyway, here's the follow up. Hey, hey, yes, me again. My mom told me to never give up, and I gotta say, it's one of the only times I have actually listened to her. So, here I am following up with you because I 100 believe my services could help your business. If you aren't meant to collaborate at this given moment, no big deal. I might circle back at the right time by faith. However, I won't say no for the exact day you want me to follow up with you again regarding your website. Is it a great time for you to have more clients? And responses I got here were kind of funny. Ha ha ha! You made me laugh. Yes, can you circle back 3 months from now? Can you circle back in 3 weeks? Blah blah blah. So I got prospects like that with this follow up. Number five, some people stop at like email number two or message number two. I do not stop until I get either a fuck off or no. And yeah, I mean this is my mantra in terms of cold outreach. I stopped doing cold outreach right now um, because I'm working on the course and I kind of have like a full pipeline. Anyway, I will still relaunch the campaign once I finish with my current clients. For now, I'm good. Anyway, this is it for this video. I know you thought it would be do this, and do that, take the script, blah blah blah, but unfortunately, it is not like the other videos that tells you what to do and then you do it and then it doesn't work because what works for me could not work with you. Like it's a possibility. But at the end of the day, what I know is that you have to work on yourself. A lot of people they end up having sales call, but then they what, like they close 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 calls. Personally, I have a record, I don't know, like 80% close rate. And I turned out a lot of prospects. And because, oh, how do you turn out clients, blah, blah. And again, I'm just telling you that I want to keep amazing client track record in terms of top tier prospects, top tier med spas. Then when someone sees the list of med spas I worked with, they're like, oh my goodness, I want to work with this guy. And then when they see that I do not offer that service anymore, they were like, oh, what the hell? Oh, but he has a course. I'm going to buy his course. This is my thinking moving forward. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I have an end to this means selling the course for MedSpas, and I'm using my current services to A, bring results, and B, build my portfolio, and C, build the authority to sell that course at the given price I'm going to charge, which will be at least $1,000, which will be justified. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will probably film another video on how to do everything in terms of like positioning, communication, and so on. Again, what works for me perhaps could not work for you. You have to understand the concepts and the frameworks and the principles. And the principle behind cold emails, getting clients, and so on is psychology. Like you have to understand the psychology of your prospects, and I promise you, once you do that, it's over. So my next video is going to be on understanding the psychology of your prospects. See you on the next one.